We often imagine our ancestors as primitive, huddled in caves, baffled by the world. But what if that's a myth? What if their minds were, in some ways, sharper and more attuned than ours? With only their senses and intellect, they achieve feats that still astonish us. Across continents, ancient civilizations mastered science, engineering, medicine, and art, often without the tools we now take for granted. Their genius was about more than survival, it was a profound understanding of the world. In this video, we'll reveal 7 jaw-dropping proofs of ancient ingenuity that challenge everything you thought you knew about the past. Prepare to have your mind expanded. Were they in some ways our superiors? Let's find out. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not chaos, but a cosmic clock. Ancient astronomers, with only their eyes and patience, mapped the heavens with breathtaking precision. Egyptians aligned pyramids to true north by tracking circumpolar stars. No compasses, just observation. The Mayans calculated the solar year with 99.98% accuracy and tracked Venus for centuries. Babylonians recorded celestial events on clay tablets, discovering eclipse cycles and predicting cosmic events. These weren't isolated achievements, they were the result of generations refining knowledge, reading the sky like a book. They saw the universe as a machine, its rhythms predictable and knowable. Today we rely on telescopes and computers, but have we lost that intimate connection to the cosmos? For the ancients, the sky was a living part of their world, a source of knowledge and meaning. Their minds, not their tools, unlocked the secrets of the stars. They didn't just study the cosmos, they lived within it. The sky was their map, their calendar, and their inspiration. Smart cities aren't new, they're ancient. In the Indus Valley, cities like Mohenjo-Daro had grid layouts and advanced sanitation. Nearly every house had a bathroom connected to a city-wide sewer system. Romans built aqueducts that carried water for miles using gravity and precise engineering. Their sewers, like the Cloaca Maxima, are still in use today. Across the world, ancient peoples built irrigation canals, terraced hillsides, and green cities in harsh environments. Their designs worked with nature, not against it, creating sustainable communities. Many of their structures, roads, aqueducts, sewers, have outlasted empires. They used materials and techniques like Roman concrete that we still study. For them, a city was a living system, healthy, efficient, and resilient. They were the original smart city planners. Their legacy is all around us. Before pharmacies, the world itself was the medicine cabinet. Ancient peoples were scientists, experimenting with plants and minerals to develop complex remedies. Willow bark, used by Egyptians and Sumerians, contained the active ingredient in aspirin. Chinese medicine catalogued thousands of treatments focusing on balance and holistic health. Honey was used as an antibacterial wound dressing long before microscopes confirmed its power. These discoveries were the result of careful observation, trial and error, high-stakes science. Healers had to distinguish between cures and poisons, often risking lives to find what worked. Much of our modern medicine is inspired by their discoveries. They were the original biochemists, working with nature, not against it. Their knowledge, passed down through generations, is still saving lives. They didn't have labs, but they had sharp minds and a deep connection to the natural world. We're only beginning to rediscover what they knew. Weapons have always driven innovation, and ancient minds were masters of invention. In China, alchemists searching for immortality discovered gunpowder, changing warfare forever. Romans built siege engines like the ballista, using physics and material science to shatter walls from afar. Their engineers calculated, built and deployed these machines with mathematical precision. Defensive tactics like the Roman testudo formation turned soldiers into walking fortresses. Across cultures, clever use of terrain, fortifications and traps showed strategic genius. These inventions didn't just win battles, they reshaped societies and history. The principles behind ancient weapons, leverage, chemistry, energy, are the same ones we use today. They didn't have computers, but they could visualize trajectories and harness the laws of nature. Ancient weaponry proves that technological genius is not a modern invention. The mind behind the weapon was always the true power. How do you measure time without a watch? Ancient Egyptians invented sundials and used obelisks as giant public clocks, dividing the day by the sun's shadow. They gave us the 12-hour day based on their base 12 counting system. When the sun set, water clocks, used by Egyptians, Greeks and Persians, measured time by the steady drip of water. In China, candle clocks mark time at night, even creating the first alarm clocks with falling weights. For the ancients, time was physical. A shadow's length, water's level, wax melting. Their sense of time was tied to nature's rhythms, not digital displays. They experienced time as a living part of their world. Today we measure nanoseconds, but we've lost that connection. The ancients were more observant, more attuned to the passage of time. They didn't just measure it, they lived it. Time was a visible, tangible dimension of reality. Early farming wasn't guesswork. It was science. In Mesopotamia, Sumerians engineered vast irrigation systems, transforming deserts into fertile fields. They invented the seed plough, maximizing yields and conserving resources. Egyptians predicted Nile floods using astronomy and built nilometers to measure water levels, planning harvests and taxes. Their basin irrigation system created sustainable agriculture for millennia. In the Andes, Incas built terraces to farm mountainsides and prevent erosion. Native Americans practiced three sisters planting: corn, beans and squash, creating a symbiotic ecosystem. These weren't just traditions, they were advanced polycultural systems based on observation and experimentation. Ancient farmers kept records, refined techniques, and understood their environment deeply. Their fields were laboratories, their methods scientific. They partnered with nature, ensuring survival and prosperity. Their agricultural science fed civilizations for thousands of years. They were the world's first environmental engineers. For ancient people, music and storytelling weren't luxuries. They were vital technologies. Oral traditions encoded history, laws, and scientific knowledge in stories and songs. Rhythm and melody made information memorable, turning storytellers into living libraries. Stories taught survival skills, social rules, and collective memory. Music was used in healing rituals and to influence emotions, an early form of therapy. Group singing and dancing fostered unity and cooperation, essential for survival. Ancient instruments and amphitheaters show their mastery of acoustics and sound engineering. The arts were tools for data storage, emotional health, and social cohesion. They were the original software of human culture. Today, when you hear a song or story, you're experiencing ancient technology. These arts built cultures, shared wisdom, and shaped who we are. They are the echoes of our ancestors' most powerful tools. We've seen our ancestors as they truly were, brilliant innovators, not primitive brutes. They mastered the cosmos, built sustainable cities, healed with nature, and farmed like scientists. Their achievements came from relentless observation, creativity, and a deep connection to the world. They had to understand nature because their survival depended on it. Their genius was born of necessity but soared into beauty and legacy. We have more tools, but are we wiser or more resilient? Maybe, just maybe, they were smarter than us.